Right, hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm the Grey Gardener. In this video, I think it's going to be quite an interesting one because I got a comment on one of my videos, when was it? Probably about a month ago at the time of filming. And they said it would be good to know how many customers' gardeners actually lost. And I thought that's a brilliant topic, so I said, would you mind if I did a video? And I'll try and find your name, I'll put it on the screen now. So thanks for your comment. As I say, I thought it was a brilliant area of discussion, because we like to kind of paint pictures that it's all kind of rosy and we're gaining all these customers and all that kind of thing, but reality is you do lose them from time to time. Now, I like to think this channel is transparent. I've got a lot of videos that kind of tell it how it is. Really, it's not all rosy. Running your own business, any business, and running a gardening business is just as hard as any other, I'd say. And I like to think I show a true reflection, so that's why I thought, yeah, this is a brilliant topic, and I've made me notes, so I might have to blur that out. Actually, I hope no one saw the addresses. I'm not going to give any names or addresses. I'm just going to go through each one and briefly tell you why I've lost the garden, and then obviously give you the total and everything at the end. So just a bit of kind of context to it all. So these were regular customers, and I've made a little rule where I had to have done the garden for at least a couple of months. It wasn't just a couple of visits. I think I've just done a video that has proved to be quite popular for a garden that was going to be a regular garden, and after one visit the customer kicked off. She started screaming at us on the phone, and yeah, obviously I didn't go back to that one. So at least 2 or 3 months. It doesn't include one-off jobs, or obviously because they're one-off, or jobs that have been a couple of times and they just, for whatever reason, haven't rang us to give us another job, because that happens as well, obviously. Yeah, so this is only fortnightly regulars, and I've got 4 kind of categories. I've got sacked, I've got tenants moving out, tenants, customers doing it themselves, and me, where I've gotten rid of the garden. So I've had my old diaries out, and I've gone through them and written down every address that I don't do. So these were mainly sort of lost from year 1 to year 2. There was a handful, I think, at the start of year 2, and I'm pretty sure I regained the majority, like 99% of customers that I was doing last year. Just looking at the list. Yeah, I think I lost a couple at the very start of last year, but from the gardens I finished with, I've returned them. So the first one was my first ever customer, and did the garden for 20 quid. It was not a garden I particularly liked because it was my first one. I don't do an hourly rate, but she had a tiny lawn, and the rest was gravel, a few weeds, bits of bushes which didn't need doing every time. And yeah, she was an older lady, and her gardener down south used to charge, I think it was 16 quid an hour. 16 quid for 2 hours, so it's £8 an hour. She commented a couple of times about the price, and as I say, she was my first one, and yeah, some people just walking past there, and I've got the windows down. So yeah, so that was that one. So she let me go, but that was going to be one of the ones I was going to let her go, but she kind of beat us to it. Next one, I'd been doing it for probably a year and a half. Then they decided to get an extension where the garage was, so access became, I don't know how you would get round the back. Yeah, it would be through the extension. So it was kind of with that and the fact that they said, look, we're just going to try and do it ourselves, that got rid of that one. The next 2 on the list are neighbours, and I lost out to someone who was £7.50 per fortnight cheaper between the 2. So I think I've got my numbers right. It's a £3 a fortnight each. And one of the gardens I'd done from scratch, it was an absolute state, and it was really quite annoying when I lost these, because they were good little gardens, and they paid fast same day mainly. And yeah, these are the two, really the only two on here that I would really like. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I did drive past the other day and I noticed the front lawn was quite overgrown, so I don't think the garden has been. But it was over a year ago since I lost these, so I think, yeah, anyway. Move on. So my next one was a one that I got rid of because the custom was just a bit of a nightmare. Started off alright. This was again an early customer. I'm in my third year now, for those who don't follow the channel, so still quite new. And yeah, this was the one. I used to dread going, and you know, when you're your own boss, you know, you shouldn't really have gardens like that. And if you're busy enough, just get rid of them, because it's not worth it. Next one, did it for about 8 months or so, so like a season pretty much. Then they said, look, we're just going to do it ourselves. It was just a lawn cut. Again, quite liked it. You were in and out, square lawn. Yeah, this next one was another good one. Again, a square lawn, nice and easy in and out. They moved out, new people moved in, and said, look, we're going to just give it a go ourselves. Her I think 16-year-old son was just going to, said he'd do it, and she said, you know, I'm going to have to let him, you know, have a go at it type thing. I give him my card and stuff, and haven't heard anything back from her. So that's fine, fair enough. Now these next four I've coupled together because these were Airbnbs, and this was the same customer. She didn't own the houses, but she managed them, and she did everything. So she organised the garden, the linen, the cleaning, the guests, and as I say, she obviously got me in for the garden. And so this was early on when I started the business, and I thought, oh brilliant, this is potentially going to be really good. She had more in the pipeline, more gardens, and you know, I thought I could have a ton of them here. Obviously didn't turn out that way, so we drove round, and she showed us each garden. I spent an hour or so just going around with her, and she kind of made a comment when I gave her the prices. I can't quite remember, but it was something along the lines of just quite a seemingly innocuous comment, but I'm really skeptical of people, and she said something like, is that per garden or is that per cut, something like that. And I thought, well, yeah, of course, because if it wasn't, I think most of these were 30 quid. I think I had 125, and if she said something like, is that per cut, well, yeah, of course, it's not going to be like per month or anything, doing like 2 visits. They were all lawns, and I just thought, is she kind of questioning the price there? But anyway, as I say, early on, I thought this could be a little good earner, and it did prove to be for a while. And it got to the point, so I did this for a full season, and it got to the point where towards the end of the year I was chasing her for the payment. And the following kind of February, where I send a text message around to everyone just to say, look, like, do you want us to come back kind of this season type thing and do your garden? She never got back to us. And at the time of messaging, people will be saying, well, if she wasn't very good at paying you, I was chasing to get rid of her. But these were 4 houses, and I wasn't fully booked or anything. I was maybe about 3/4 full at the time, and you know, it was a big chunk to just get rid of. So I thought, look, I'll try and return the gardens, and you know, when I do get busier, these will be the first on the list to go. So, but she didn't message back anyway, and obviously I didn't go back. Next one, they moved out. New people didn't want us. Fair enough, that happens from time to time. The next one, they just said they were going to do it themselves. I think the husband got laid off from work, which is, you know, and they wanted to save a few quid, so understandable. The next one, again, they moved house, and they moved to the same area. They said, look, when we get sorted, I'll give you a shout and you can come and price it up. It was a bigger garden, and it was all turfed, and they said how much to cut it, give them a price that was more than what they've been paying, and they said, it's all right, we'll just manage ourselves. So I haven't heard back from them yet. That was a while ago. The next one, I think which is last on my list. I wasn't there long, it was 3 or 4 months, and what used to annoy us about this one, there was some old doors, you know, like internal doors, kind of like by there was like an alley with the gate and the doors were there, and I had to always like shift the doors along to get me bloody mower down, and it used to be annoying. But yeah, she got rid of us on that one. Not sure why. I don't know whether it was someone else cheap or whatever. So yeah, so these obviously from the start, so within like, this is my 3rd year now, so 2.5 years say at the time of filming, and 15 gardens lost. 3 of them sacked us. Sacked sounds a bit harsh, but got rid of us for someone cheaper. 3 move outs, 4 of them do it themselves, and if you include the Airbnbs, it was me who kind of got rid of the gardens, even though I did want to return her, to be fair. So yeah, maybe I've only really got rid of one proper regular. I've got rid of a handful of others for various reasons, or just not. I say I got rid of, it's more when the text comes through to say, can you do a bit of work for us, and for whatever reason I've maybe told them I'm too busy or can't do it or whatever, because I don't want to, because they'd maybe been late pays or they'd maybe been a bit kind of unpleasant or whatever, for whatever reason. So there's been a few like that, but these are the main ones, and yeah, I hope you found that interesting. We don't always maybe necessarily see this side of it, and yeah, just thought I'd share that. So thanks very much for your comment anyway. I hope I've answered your question, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Alright, cheers guys, see ya.